All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Scotch and Smoke Rings. I've been away for a while, but it's good to be back. Today, we're playing a game called Necrophosis. It's by the same guys who did The Shore, the Lovecraftian walking simulator that we did, that we played a while ago. And it was fun. It was fun. So I'm looking forward to this. This one has a very different style. It's less Lovecraftian and more H.R. Geiger. It has a similar resemblance to Scorn, which we played a couple years ago on the channel as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have some fun with that. It's supposed to be pretty short. Not sure if we'll finish it or how long I'll be going today, but that is the plan. For those of you who are new to the program, the way it works is we have about an hour-long Q&A at the beginning of the show, then we dive into the game. So if you're watching the video on demand after the broadcast and you just want to see the gameplay, skip ahead about an hour. But if you're here watching live or you're ready for the Q&A portion, welcome to Scotch and Smoke Rings. It's been a couple of weeks since I last saw you, as I was out of town all last week. But I've been back in town since Monday, and I've been hard at work on my new lore video, and I'm hoping to get that out to you all again here soon. But in the meantime, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Good to see SPB, I'm still G-Snap, Polara Cultural on Twitch. Good to see Cornelius Noble on Facebook. And of course, great to see all of the regulars, members, and Patreon supporters. On YouTube today, Alt Grendel, Connor Viper, Wyoming Homesteader, Random Gray Main, Full Metal Sunbro, Anna Banana, Skittle Kitty SMF on Twitch says, hey, Oxhorn, I praise and tell everyone about you all the time. Best Fallout man for lore, and always awesome for a variety of games. That's awesome. Thank you. Well, I don't know if I'm worthy of your praise, but I'll take it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Polara Actual says, did you see that they're starting filming for Season 3 in May? I didn't realize that they were starting in May. That's exciting. Well, I can't wait for Season 3 to come out. Hopefully, it won't be that long. But sometime next year, I'm assuming early 2027, maybe late 2026 is when they'll come out with the next season. We'll see. The most serious avocado on Twitch says, as someone who smokes cigars, how do you feel about vapes? I feel like a big thumb-sized cigar and a Scotch is classy, but vapes are just so gross. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna... I see where you're coming from. I do. I'm not gonna judge on the classiness of cigars versus vapes. Instead, I'll comment more on the differences because they're not similar at all. I mean, the only thing that they have in common is you put them both in your mouth. With vapes, you inhale the vapor into your lungs. With cigars, you don't. You bring the smoke into your mouth to taste the flavor, and then you expel it. So vapes are more like cigarettes than they are like cigars. So comparing them to cigarettes is a more apt comparison than it is to cigars. The reason for smoking cigars is also very different than the reason you smoke vapes. Smoking cigars is something you do to wind down. It's a leisurely activity. It takes a long time. It's something you do with purpose and an abundance of time to do it. Vaping, like smoking cigarettes, is something you do to pass the time. It's something you do when you need a break. It's something sometimes you do socially and sometimes out of compulsion. It's not something that you sit down and just relax and enjoy over an extended period of time. You don't pair it with a good drink. It's there to give you a fix. So they're really not comparable. They serve completely different purposes. Kenny Allen says, Oxhorn, we can hardly hear you. My bad. Let me fix that. Check, check, check. Oh, that's a bit much. Test, test, test. Okay. I hope that's better. Hopefully that's better. Jonathan H. on YouTube says, "How's it going, Ox? Have you seen the trailer for Metro 2039? I'm so excited for it. I'm a little sad that we aren't Artyom in this one, though. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Funny story, they reached out to me because I have a good relationship with the Metro guys. They sponsored me a couple of years ago when the VR version of Metro came out. And I did some VR videos for it. So, big fan of the Metro series. But they reached out to me and they wanted me to sign an NDA, but they wouldn't tell me why. They're like, hey, we've got some big news. We really want you to sign this NDA before we talk to you about it. And I'm like, okay. So I signed the NDA. And then they came out and said, yeah, well, we've got this new game. And we're going to have a big Q&A thing where you can come and watch the trailer and ask questions before anyone else in the world can. But it takes place while you're on vacation. So while I was out of town last week is when that thing happened. So I missed it. I completely missed it. At any rate, yeah, I haven't seen the trailer since I've been back. I've been busy knee deep in the mire working on lore videos. So I'll have to check it out after the broadcast. Greg Hinojo says... there he is. Howdy, Oxen chat. Glad to see y'all after so long. Hope you had good travels. Thank you, Greg. I did indeed. It was a wonderful time. Kenny Allen on Facebook says, much better, Ox. Thank you, Kenny Allen. Cornelius Noble says, hey, Ox, have you heard the radio stations in the Outer Worlds too? They're hilarious. In-game songs, radio shows, propaganda, and product ads, and DJs. Also, you should play Pragmata, a space game made by Resident Evil developers. I haven't listened to the radio plays in Outer Worlds, but it sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Pragmata. Okay, so it's a game where instead of escorting a fetus in a backpack, you're escorting a child on your back. All right. Pragmata is a unique sci-fi action-adventure game from Capcom, of course. Follow Hugh, a member of an ill-fated investigation team, and Diana, a young android, as they navigate a lunar facility taken over by a rogue AI in search of a way to Earth. Okay, interesting premise. Yeah. Looks good. And it's sure to be filled with Capcom goofiness. So, yeah, interesting. I might have to check it out. Thank you for that. Joshua Bunton says, were you on vacation visiting Tanagra Town? Yes. Tanagra Town. I wanted to spend my vacation in Tanagra Town. Rented a little cabin at the top of the floating boulder, kept aloft by giant thorny vines. The locals weren't very friendly, but I managed to survive. Stephen Quinn says, Ox, did you know the YouTuber Camelworks passed? I did. I didn't know him very well at all, but I did meet him once. This was many years ago, back when Bethesda did the Fallout 76 event in West Virginia. We all went to the Greenbrier Resort, which is where the White Springs is set. And the way they did it is they invited a bunch of North American people and then a bunch of Anzac people, so people Australia, New Zealand, and in the East and South. But they invited them at different times. So basically, the Anzac YouTubers had arrived for a couple days beforehand, and they were just leaving when all of the North American YouTubers were arriving. So I arrived in this second wave to the Greenbrier event, and Camelworks was leaving. He and all of the Anzac people were leaving. And I'm sad to say I didn't know who he was at the time. But when I entered the room, he noticed me and he said, Oxhorn! And he introduced himself And he was very friendly, extremely kind, and I got to shake his hand. But then, sadly, we were all rushed along. All of the North American guys had to go to the next table to get checked in and start the event. So, and that was the last time I ever talked with him. So yeah, I did hear about his tragic passing, and it's a great shame. It's a great shame. I know that he was beloved by so many people. The Sea Slayer says, did you hear about the 2 atomic bombs that got into an argument? They had a fallout. Good to see you, Ox. What are you smoking and drinking today? Today I am smoking a Brick House Maduro cigar, and I'm out of Scotch. I'm completely out of Scotch. So today I am drinking just some rum and Coke. Cody Yang says, Ox, I have to say that reading the in-game files and notes is not that bad. However, 10 terminals in the Mass Fusion building are crazy. Yeah, the Mass Fusion building in Fallout 4 does have quite a few terminals, and they're not organized very well. Like, in order, I remember when I did my video on Mass Fusion, this drove me crazy because there were so many terminals, and in addition to telling a story about the military and pre-war scandal that was going on there concerning the beryllium agitator, there was the story of the interoffice politics and the weird D&D campaign that some of the players were playing at the same time. And I remember when I was doing my lore video, I had to kind of like just pause the flow of the video to tackle the terminals and try and rearrange the story of the terminals in the correct order. Because if you read the terminals as you come upon them, it doesn't make any sense. In particular, the D&D campaign that they're all playing doesn't make a lick of sense because you come upon the story at different points in the campaign. So it was a lot of material, not very focused, and kind of spread apart. But once pieced back together, which I did in my video on Mass Fusion, it made sense. And it was interesting, and I enjoyed it. Alt Grendel says, I just watched a pirated movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 3.14. 159265535. A pirated movie. Thank you, Alt Grendel. I love it. The Sea Slayer says, out of Scotch? That is a true tragedy. With a very generous super chat. Oh, thank you very much. The Sea Slayer, I shall use that to buy a new bottle of Scotch. Yeah, I'm out. I was low on Scotch when I left for my trip, and I didn't realize until I came to sit down and do the show. So yeah, I'll have to buy another bottle at some point. Shadowy Stranger on Twitch says, Capcom goofiness. I can verify that wackadoo status after watching a friend play it, sir. Well, good to see the Capcom never changes then. Finsley says, hey Ox, just bought a box of Monte Cristo Classic Series cigars for a bachelor party. Have any thoughts of the brand? I've smoked Monte Cristo cigars before, but I'm not very familiar with many of the other types within the brand. So I know they'll slap a Monte Cristo band on a variety of different types of cigars, and I'm not even sure which ones I have smoked. So I'm, vaguely familiar with it, but I don't know it very well. Stan on Twitch says, a few of my friends started playing 76, and I got them to watch your lore videos, and they're loving it. Well, thank you, Stan. I'm glad that you and your friends are enjoying Fallout 76. Cornelius Noble on Facebook says, Pragmata looks like it's right up your alley. There are videos on YouTube for the Outer Worlds 2 radio stations. They're great. Good for a laugh, but you gotta find the ones with the DJ. It really adds to the songs and propaganda. Yeah, I think I would really enjoy the radio stations in the Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds type of comedy is really unique, and I'm there for it. Cheers, everybody. Valky Rai on Twitch says, how is everyone this weekend? I'm doing really well. I'm working hard on my next lore video. I feel like April has been a sort of black hole for me where I haven't gotten as much done for work as I really would have hoped. And some of it is due to the trip that took up a big chunk of my month. Yeah, I'm trying to get this next lore video done. I got all my audio finished today. But I also realized that this particular video is going to be very difficult to edit. So really, the audio was the least of my problems. So I don't think I'm going to have it done by this weekend, but I'm hoping to have it done maybe middle of next week, if I'm lucky. I really want to get it done before the month ends, but I'm not sure. The Sea Slayer with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Again, the Sea Slayer says, do you have an ENB installed for your Fallout 4? If so, what do you recommend? Cheers, Ox. I'm drinking some beer with you tonight. Thanks, the Sea Slayer. I don't. Not for Fallout 4. I used an ENB for my Fallout 3 playthrough. And I used a variety of different ENBs for my Fallout 3 playthrough, and I changed them depending on the look and feel that I wanted to go for. For example, when I did my full story of Fallout 3, I had a more vibrant ENB that allowed some of the colors to poke through to make it feel a little bit more like the color scheme for Fallout 4. But then when I did my Fallout Metro series in Fallout 3, I toned that way down a bit, and I wanted things to be a little bit more gritty. Not quite as monotone and green as the original ENB for Fallout 3, but more in line with the Metro color palette. But as for Fallout 4, I really didn't think that it needed an ENB. For Fallout New Vegas, I also changed the ENB from time to time. If you watch my full story on Fallout New Vegas, you'll see that I switched ENBs when I did my Legion playthrough, because I wanted my Legion playthrough to kind of have like bloody red sandy storms in the sky, and to have a sort of harsher, more gritty playthrough, whereas I wanted a more sandy desert-like feel for the rest of my playthrough. So I switched a lot of ENBs for that one, but for Fallout 4 I never really did. But thank you, the Sea Slayer, and enjoy your beer tonight. Stan on Twitch says, I'm off to work. Have fun, everyone. Thank you, Stan. Have fun, my friend. Robin Whittle says, hi, friends. Hey there, Robin. Good to see you on Facebook today. Alicia Wolf on Facebook says, do you think Bethesda will release Fallout 3 Remastered this year? Probably not. And I don't have any evidence for that, but my reasoning for it is because people have been coming onto this program and asking me that same question every year for the past 5 years. And it's always been no. So I'm saying no. We don't even know officially if they're working on a Fallout 3 Remastered or a Fallout New Vegas Remastered, even though it has been in the rumor mill for several years now. If they're not working on it, then I don't know what they're doing. They should be. The only excuse, in my opinion, for them not working on a remaster for Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas is if they're using that time to work on Fallout 5, which I doubt they are. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see at some point. But if I were to be a betting man, I would bet that no, it is not going to be announced or released this year. The Sea Slayer says on YouTube, that's all right. I do remember the colors and whatnot being different for your Fallout 3. Always wondered what you had installed. And I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I do recall placing links to it in the description of some of those old videos. So, I don't remember if I did or not, but maybe check out some of my old Fallout 3 videos and see what ENB I used for those videos. I remember that I had to uninstall it when I played some DLCs like Point Lookout, because I didn't want it to alter the look and feel of Point Lookout, which itself has its own distinct color palette as well. But yeah, for Fallout 4, I never really used any ENBs. Polar Actual on Twitch says there are rumors that they don't have the source code for New Vegas. Well, I think we should take that as we do all rumors and probably not put a lot of faith in that. And the reason I say that is not only because Bethesda owns the IP for Fallout, and Fallout New Vegas was released, 10 years ago, or a little bit over 10 years ago, not that long ago, and certainly during a period of time where Bethesda would have been jealous of their copyright and would have retained the source code. But also because Season 2 of the Fallout show takes place in the Mojave Wasteland, and a lot of the posters and billboards and banners and models for weapons and armor and robots are ripped straight from the games. So that they took some of the textures from the games and blew them up to use in the show. And you can tell that they used some of the CAD files or Maya files or whatever files were used to create the original models in the game and brought them out to 3D print items, whether it's chems or consumables, or use them as bases for creating robots like Fisto. So Bethesda had the ability to delve deep into the code of the game in order to pull out assets that were used in Season 2 of the Fallout show. And if they could do that, I find it highly unlikely that they just wouldn't have the source code of Fallout New Vegas. Totally possible, but, take rumors with a grain of salt. Victor says, "Hey Ox, I rewatched your Diablo playthrough, and in one of the videos, it looked like you were lighting up a bong. No offense meant." None taken. Lighting up a bong isn't offensive. It's not something that I think people need to be ashamed of. But I also just don't personally smoke weed, so I wasn't lighting a bong. I smoke cigars. That's my hobby. But yeah, no offense taken. Pickles the Junkyard Cat says, "I hope you cleared all your packages on your doorstep. Hate to see another wellness check, lol." Yeah, I did. I made sure there was nothing on my doorstep before I left for my trip. And, nothing arrived during that time. So, yeah, there's nothing on my doorstep. No wellness check today. Skittle Kitty SMF on Twitch says, "The man, the legend, the Oxhorn. I'm so glad you're back and streaming this week. Everyone has missed you. I'm hoping for a good stream tonight and that you like the game. I hope so too. I'm really it captured my attention when I saw it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. It looks really interesting." Deuteronomus says the loss of its source code is the tragic story of Red Alert 2. That's why they can't remaster it. That is a tragic story. Well, it sounds like it has happened before. And, I mean, if Pixar can almost lose an entire movie's worth of pre-rendered footage, then, I suppose any game studio of any size could lose the source code for its games. So certainly not outside the realm of possibility. Sejor Deanson says, "Is this a new or older game?" It's a newer game. I believe it was released last year, 2025. Yeah, it was released almost exactly a year ago, April of 2025. So fairly new game. The Sea Slayer says, "Dinky the dinosaur wasn't looking too good in New Vegas. He was a sight for sour eyes." Sore eyes, like a dinosaur. Dinosaur eyes. Oh. That one's much easier to get when you see it written, not when you have to speak it out. Because the sore and dinosaur sounds a whole lot like sore. But thank you, the Sea Slayer. Polar Actual says the rumor went. I love how we're just spreading rumors here. This is how rumor mills start. The rumor went that the source code was supposed to be handed over, but when the bonus never came from Bethesda, it was never handed over. So it's a very shaky rumor. Yeah, I would definitely call it a very shaky rumor, and it sounds like it's starting to sound like it originated in the fevered imagination of one of those anti-Bethesda Fallout fans, especially with the mention of the bonus that was never issued. What he's referring to is that Obsidian and Bethesda had an agreement whereby if Fallout New Vegas got a rating above a certain amount, I think it was like 93 or something like that, then Bethesda was going to give them a big bonus. And sadly, when all of the reviews came in, all of the review aggregators, it didn't get above that threshold. And it missed it by a very slim amount. So they never got this big bonus from Bethesda. And so there are a lot of anti-Bethesda crusaders who really point to this as like Bethesda being stingy and cruel, especially due to the greatly deserved reputation that Fallout New Vegas has to this day. But it didn't have that reputation at the time. It launched with a lot of really bad issues, and it really took years of playing the game before people were able to delve into the story and appreciate the story, which is what makes Fallout New Vegas the standout Fallout game that it is. So at launch, and for a year or so after launch, it really wasn't the celebrated Fallout game that it was, and most people's public opinion kind of fell in line with the critical opinion, which that it was, an okay Fallout game, but not nearly as good as Fallout 3. So the lack of bonus from Bethesda didn't come from Bethesda's spite at Obsidian making a Fallout game that was better than theirs, which is what the anti-Bethesda crusaders will say. It came from the contract, right? They said that they'll give you a bonus if the critical rating meets a certain threshold, and it didn't, and that was outside of their control. So, yeah. So this is why I think that your comment is really stemming from the fevered imagination of one of those guys, because they're trying to tie it into to an act of revenge by Obsidian for not getting this bonus, which I doubt very much would have happened. Indeed, I think that there was never a moment where Obsidian just had access to the source code and Bethesda didn't. I think it was probably the situation where both companies had equal access to the source code for the game at all times. And it wasn't like source code needed to be handed over. It was owned by Bethesda before they published the game. I doubt very much that Bethesda, packaged it, sent it to Steam, put it in boxes, and pressed it onto discs and sent it out there to the world before reaching out to Obsidian and saying, hey, can you please hand over the source code? We would love to have that. No, they had it for the very beginning, since the very beginning, as it was a huge monetary investment from Bethesda. Clell Big says it was Chris Avallone that said it, Ox. Oh, really? Well, I mean, if an actual developer from Obsidian said it, but then that definitely gives it more credence to it. But I'd have to see a link to that transcript. It was Chris Avallone that said that. Wait, did he say that Bethesda doesn't have the source code, or that he's not sure if they have the source code? Because a developer from Obsidian would be sure, wouldn't they? They wouldn't wonder. And if he's wondering, then makes me doubt his credibility on that particular topic. Cody Yang says, Ox, if you're thinking of playing Grand Theft Auto 6 before it's released, the hard part is that flying isn't easy, and you have to use a keyboard. Believe me, it's stressful. How would I play Grand Theft Auto 6 before it's released? I guess I don't how would I do that? If I signed up for a beta? Is there like a closed beta or a demo that you can play? Well, this is news to me. Genesis XB says, what's your favorite cigar brand? Well, I don't really have one. For me, at least, I don't really think about the brands of cigars. Every cigar will be a little bit different, and there will be a brand that has a number of different lines of cigars beneath the brand. And it's the line of cigar that's going to be, superior quality or mediocre quality, not necessarily the brand of cigar itself. So, for example, Cohiba is a brand, but they've got 100 different lines of cigars under the Cohiba brand, all in a variety of different qualities. So it's really hard to say, oh, I like Cohiba, I like Olivia, but it doesn't make sense to make that distinction. That said, if I had to press, I'd say I'd probably enjoy Brickhouse, because all of the different lines of cigars that I've tried from Brickhouse have been pretty high quality. Metal Man of Madness says, have you played this weird game called Life? It's annoying sometimes. I have played the game of Life. And it can be annoying at times. It can also be a game of great beauty. At times, I hear there are ups and downs when it comes to the game of life. Gustavo says, hey Ox, I hope you had a good vacation. Have you looked into a recent released game called Pragmata? Oh yeah, that's the game I just Googled. Yeah, somebody came on the show earlier, a few minutes ago, and mentioned Pragmata to me. The Capcom game, yeah. I had never heard of it before then, but from everything that I see, it looks interesting. Samurai Ravan says, Pragmata is awesome. I started streaming that myself, lol. Man, I'm glad so many of you are enjoying it. I wonder if it's a game I would enjoy as well. Antonio says, plus, Grand Theft Auto 6 won't release on PC for a while. Yeah, I imagine it won't. I think we're going to be waiting quite a while for Grand Theft Auto 6. However, I think we will actually see it. As for a Fallout 5, as for a Elder Scrolls 6, will we ever see those? Either of those? I don't know. Star Wars Explains says, Oxhorn, thank you for the many nights of comforting sleep. Your videos are amazing, brother. Much love. Thank you, Star Wars Explains. Much more content to come. Cody Yang says, I'm trying to say that flying a plane or a helicopter isn't easy in Grand Theft Auto. Oh, okay. But then why did you say Grand Theft Auto 6? Unless I misread your comment. No, you did say 6. And again, how could I play it before it's released? Oh, because I'm a YouTuber. I see. You're suggesting if I somehow get my hands on Grand Theft Auto 6 before the rest of you mere mortals, due to my elevated and lofty nature as a big-time gaming YouTuber, that I'll have to beware of flying, because flying in the Grand Theft Auto games is tricky. Got you. I get it. I get it now. Thank you. Yeah, well, I don't think I will get access to Grand Theft Auto 6, because even though I have really enjoyed Rockstar games, in particular Red Dead Redemption 2, I've never been a big Grand Theft Auto player. Like, that kind of game, even though I see its appeal, it's never really had a place on my channel. So, yeah. But hey, if they let me play it early, I'll probably do it, because it's one of those games that everyone will be talking about when it comes out, and I'll be curious. Brother Mike says, "What's your favorite Fallout theory?" Personally, mine is the Mr. House backup theory, obviously. That's a great theory. I really like that theory. It fits in with the lore that we get exposed to in Season 2 of the show. It works perfectly with the lore of Yes Man as revealed to us at the end of Fallout New Vegas if we side with Yes Man, and it's certainly within the wheelhouse of tactics that House would have employed in order to ensure his longevity. So I really like that theory. It's a good one. Here's a wild theory that I haven't heard anyone else really talk much about, but it was something I was thinking about. What if Cooper Howard survives the apocalypse by entering the vault in Bakersfield, and he's elected the overseer? He becomes the overseer of the vault in Bakersfield because he's Cooper Howard, right? We know from the events of Fallout 1 that after the bombs dropped, the leaky nature of the Bakersfield vault caused everyone to turn into ghouls. And that after that happened, Set ousted the existing overseer of Vault 12, and that overseer was exiled into the wastes, whereupon he wandered the wasteland. We know Cooper Howard mentioned Bakersfield and expressed his desire to retire there at some point in the past. In Season 1, he did talk about that. At the beginning of Season 1, we see him riding off into the distance after the bombs drop with his daughter. We don't know where Barb was at that time. Could it have been that he thought that there was a spot for them at the Bakersfield vault? Could he have raced there with Janie to get into the vault, only to discover that Janie was going to be carted off to some other vault where Barb was? Who knows? But it's an interesting idea. Maybe it was none other than Cooper Howard who was the original overseer of Vault 12, whom Set overthrew and exiled into the wastes. Chris Tidwell says, "Thanks for taking vacation. Gave me a chance to catch up on Scotch and Smoke Rings videos. I think it's time for Resident Evil to give Leon a haircut. The Jonathan Taylor Thomas haircut of the 90s needs to stay in the 90s. I agree. I'm with you on that, my friend. Elder Dark Wolf of the North became a Bronze Ox. Thank you so much, Elder Dark Wolf of the North. Clell Biggs says that Chris Avalone said that the code was split between them and Bethesda Game Studios, and Bethesda Game Studios asked them to send their part of it and offered $10,000, but Obsidian just never sent it." Well, that's interesting. I wonder what he means by never, because perhaps it was never, well, as far as he knows. But there were a lot of other people who were in charge of the studio and who developed it than Chris. So could it have been sent over after? Right? We don't really know. I mean, now both companies are owned by Microsoft. So I think it would be very unlikely for Obsidian to be hoarding that code, that source code, when they're both owned by the same parent company now, right? Is it possible that a remastered version of New Vegas will never come out, and the reason is because Obsidian just failed to share the source code. Possible, yes. Is it likely? Probably not. Not in today's world, where they're both owned by Microsoft and they both have a great working relationship with each other. Bonus aside, I really don't think it's realistic. Charlie Braun says Ox Pragmata equals Death Stranding meets Resident Evil 9 plus Space Dad. Space Dad? What's Space Dad? Is Space Dad the name of a game? Space Dad? Oh, it's not a game. There's no game called Space Dad. You're just saying that the role of the robot looking after the girl android is that of a Space Dad. Gotcha. So, Pragmata equals Death Stranding meets Resident Evil 9 plus you're a Space Dad. Cool. I like being a real dad. I'd probably enjoy being a Space Dad too. Deuteronomus says, Set seems like the type to kill a rival rather than exile him, but the Bakersfield vault seems very logical. Yeah, he does. Set's personality is fairly ruthless. You'd think he would kill rivals, but it may have been a cultural thing because ghouls set themselves apart from humans because they felt like they were threatened by humans, so it may have been like ghouls don't kill other ghouls when possible. So maybe if Set had actually killed the original overseer of Vault 12, the other ghouls would have rebelled against him or something like that. Who knows? Lex666 says, Ox, you gotta do a little show and tell about your collectibles in the rack behind you. I'd love to hear the stories, the Nuka-Colas especially. I published a video a while ago talking about all of the collectibles. I called it my Fallout Shrine. But the story of the bottles is really fairly simple. I wanted all of them. And at the time, Bethesda wasn't producing Nuka-Cola bottles as merch. They do now. So you can go and get most of the bottles that I have in my collection officially from the Bethesda store. But at the time they didn't have that, and so I went on to Etsy and found a bunch of really talented creators who were making those bottles from scratch. And those were some of the best bottles that I found. They were 1-to-1 aspect ratio, so the same size that they would have been in the real world if it was real. And I got them all. I got every single flavor I could find. All right, about less than 20 minutes, and then we dive into the game. Less than 20 minutes, everyone. Joking atheist says, what happened to your studio? It looks like a tornado went through it. Yes, it was a tornado called time. Studio, that's a lofty phrase. I've never really thought of this as a studio. I guess it is a studio. And yeah, the tornado of time has gone through my office, and as with most things, even a studio can decay given enough time. It takes a lot of effort and diligence and cleanliness to keep up with the studio so that it doesn't look like a tornado has gone through it. And sadly, those are character attributes that I have failed to master, at least when my office is concerned. What I'm saying is that I need to clean my office. And I know I need to clean my office. I've known that I needed to clean my office for quite some time now, especially since, like the number 2 or 3 comment that I get from viewers when I do my show is that, Oxhorn, you need to clean your office. So yes, I'm going to do it. It's on my list of things. But I got content to make, right? I've got merch to sell. I've got thumbnails to make. Like, I got things to do. So I'll get to it eventually. It's on my list. Where on the list? I'm not sure. But it's on there. I promise. Alien Face 80 says, "My dude, this is a great game. I'm waiting for it to come out next month. Stay amazing, Ox. Happy to see you play this." Out for your console, I'm guessing you're saying, because it's been out for a year on Steam. I'm assuming that you mean on your console. But yeah, from everything I've seen, the graphics look just stellar. So I'm looking forward to playing it. Random Greymane says, "Ox's office was mini nuked." That's why it looks like that. Yes. It was mini nuked, and then it was nuka nuked on top of being mini nuked. It was mini nuka nuked. And then it was maxi nuka nuked. Yeah. I'll clean it. It needs to be cleaned. I'm agreeing with you. You're right. You're right. It's messy. I'm going to clean it. Don't worry. I'm the only one who can do it because I know where everything goes. Right now, it's organized chaos. I know my way around. But I know it also needs to be objectively beautiful chaos, or maybe objectively beautiful and not the chaos part of it. So I'll get there. Alt Grendel says, "If you clean it, you won't know where anything is." You're right. I'll be lost for a while until I remember where everything is. If I clean it. Gustavo says, "Sounds like it's time for a reward for the kiddos if they clean it." No. No, my kiddos have their own chores, and everything in my office is rather fragile. And there are a lot of things in here that at first glance might appear to be toys, and the kids might be tempted to play with them. So I don't think I would let my kids clean my office. I'll clean it. I'll do it. I can do it. It just, takes time. That's all. Alien Face says, "Yes, good sir," for the PlayStation 5. Awesome. Well, hopefully you can watch my broadcast today and see if it's going to be up your alley. "Just put it all in a single drawer," says Matthew Chandler. "I mean, if I could find a drawer that acts a lot like Bender's chest from Futurama, then yes, that would work. Or like a TARDIS, it's bigger on the inside than it appears from the outside. But I don't really have a drawer like that, so doubt very much that I'd be able to fit all of this in a single drawer, as much as I would like." Deuteronomus, I like the way you think. He says, "Come on, guys. The mess is part of the process. It's how artists work." Yes, and I do consider myself to be an artist. Of course, this is artistic work. All great minds are cluttered. I mean, Einstein would poop in diapers while he was, making his math problems. I've never done that. I've never gone that far. I've never gone full on Einstein when it comes to my art. But, a little bit of organized chaos, office looking like a bird's nest. Okay, I'll do that. But the diaper thing, I'll leave that to Einstein. Okay? Just, Andrew Jeffers on Facebook says, "Did you see my 2-month Twitch sub? New sacred cow." I didn't see that. It didn't come in on my chat, but thank you so much. That's awesome. 2-month Twitch sub by Andrew Jeffers. Thank you so much. Random Greymane says, this office really screams the need for an ox shed. Yeah, I have so many props that I don't really have room in my office for them anymore. My office is overflowing with Fallout props. Greg Hinojo says, you've never pooped in a diaper? No. Okay, well, not as an adult. Not even as a teen, okay? Or I think I ended the diaper thing in toddler days. So it's been a very long time. I'd say for the past 42 years of my life, I have been diaper free. No need for a diaper, right? And I was still able to do math. So eat it, Einstein. Lex666 says, I always thought of you more of a philosopher. Lol, artist works though too. This is great. I don't even have to do anything. I just sit here and you guys are calling me artist and philosopher. I love it. I should talk to you more often. Once a week isn't enough. I love being called an artist philosopher. This is nice. All right, 9 minutes. Greek Hazu says, I like that Ox doesn't use display cases. Embrace the dust. Vintage style. Oh, that was intentional. Because if you put everything behind a display case and you've got 100 different things you're putting on display, then suddenly your shelf isn't a shelf of knickknacks and collectibles. It's not like an organized intentional display. It's just a wall of glass. Everything is behind glass. Everything is stuck in a box. And the lights from the room reflect off of the glass and you can't even see what's inside of it. It all feels too sterile. And as you can all tell, sterile is not the word I would use to describe my office. We don't go for sterility here. No, this is lived in. This office is very much lived in. I was going for the lived in look. Vintage, we'll call it vintage as well. Yeah. But I didn't keep any of the boxes that it came with. I didn't want just a big wall of boxed things to maintain their value. I don't care about the value. I want to be able to look at it. I want to be able to feel it, touch it, enjoy it. And you can't do that if it's in its original box or if it's behind a glass case. Greg Hinojo says sterile equals bad. Got it. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't it be bad if you wanted to, sire a family and you were sterile? That would be very bad, right? Don't get too close to the fusion core. It can cause sterility. Sterile is not always good. My office should not be sterile. Sly3301 says, I'm sorry if you've answered this before, but why don't you talk about Elder Scrolls? Big fan. Been watching it for years. The simple answer is that I'm not a big fan of the Elder Scrolls. I played Skyrim several years ago. I even live streamed myself playing the entire thing on this channel. Then when Oblivion Remastered came out, I live streamed myself playing it on the channel. And they're moderately fun medieval fantasy games. But there was nothing about the world building and the lore that really stood out to me. And I know that I'm a minority when it comes to that feeling, that the Elder Scrolls has a active and loving fan base. I was just never really a part of it. I played it, I enjoyed my time in the world, but it's not one that I would want to revisit, right? It's like maybe someday I would want to play it again, but I'm not drawn to it like I'm drawn to the Fallout universe. So that's really why I don't do a lot of content about Elder Scrolls. Now, will I change my mind and produce content about the Elder Scrolls at some point in the future? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it'll take the Elder Scrolls 6 to come out before I really become passionate about that universe. Who knows? Professor Oxhorn, says Chris Tidwell, has a nice ring to it. All you need now is a white coat, really, really thick glasses, and a finger longer. That's a Futurama reference, isn't it? That's a finger longer. Yeah, I think that's a Futurama reference. Yeah, I mean, Professor, that's a great title. I like that. Philosopher, artist, philosopher, professor. These are all wonderful things. I love my community. It's very flattering to me. Dally Turn, a member for 32 months, says, I can only hope to have the collection of Fallout-like items that you have one day, Ox. My favorite collectible I have found is a set of uranium glasses. Yeah, uranium glass used to be very popular back in the day, and you can oftentimes find items for sale on Etsy or eBay. Skittle Kitty SMF says, Oxhorn about to wear a coat on his shoulders but never use the arm sleeves. Yeah, that's how I wear a coat, like a cape. I just put it over my shoulders and never put my arms in the sleeves because it's cool. Then I wear glasses, sunglasses, even inside where it's dark. Even when the power's been knocked out of the facility, I'm still wearing my sunglasses, and I got my neck tattoo and my coat over my shoulders, and I never put my arms in the sleeves because I'm a bad villain. You can tell I was created by Capcom. Tony J says, just in time to see Ox to admit to being a fingerer. Whoa, 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 whoa. It was a Futurama reference called the Fing Longer. Invented by Professor Farnsworth, he put it on his finger so that he could point to things on the blackboard to teach his students without having to walk to the blackboard. That's all it is. No need to extrapolate beyond that. All right, 2 minutes. Arknight says, what kind of monitor do you use? My gaming monitor is a Predator, and my editing monitor is a Samsung Ultra Wide. It's one of those really wide monitors. And it honestly took me a really long time to get used to it. So if you're not used to using an ultra wide, I wouldn't recommend it. But once I got used to it, I did discover that it became useful for editing my videos. It made scrubbing the timeline a lot easier. I've just got this huge field of view for editing. So yeah, those are the monitors that I use. All right. I think it's time. Let's fire up the game. Move my chat over here. Rearrange some windows real quick. God, I hate this new Windows 11 feature where they try to create grids of windows for you because it always messes up what I want to do. I know what I want to do, and I don't want your help, Windows 11. Okay, here we go. Necrophosis. I did test it earlier and it worked, though I did have an Unreal Engine issue the first time I tried, but it looks like it's working, so okay. Right. Ooh, is that clipping? Okay, I'm not seeing any clipping on my monitor for the game sound, but I'm hearing it in my headset. It might be my headset because my headset is old. So let me know in the comments. If you hear clipping, I'll try to adjust the input volume to reduce that. Otherwise, we'll press forward. Audio seems a little loud. All right. Neil Bailey. Okay, hold on. Okay, I reduced it by 5 decibels. Let me know how that sounds. From my perspective, it sounds okay. New cycle. Are you sure you want to begin a new cycle? Yeah, I've never done a cycle before, so here we go. Begin new cycle. Clell Big says it is still loud. Huh. Okay. Settings. Audio. All right, I brought it down to 4. Oh, now you're all saying it's better? Okay, so the chat was just... Here, let's put this back up to 8. Let's put it back to 8. New cycle. Okay.
To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour.
Whoa. Okay. Basis clipping, says chat. Yeah, I'm not sure how to deal with that because really all I can do is adjust the individual volume types. Ambient. Still loud, says the chat. I'll bring it down 2 more. Right. Well, okay. So here we are. We're in the game. Necrophosis. So, a persistent fear of death? Of human bodies? Something like that? Okay, we got a eyeball stick. It's an eyeball stick. Lovely. I'm gonna take that. Ooh, and I plucked out the eyeball. Yeah. All right, I got the eyeball. Now, where do we pull it? Or put it? Do we put it in there? No. Oh, what was that? It was another eyeball. Oh, is it the same one? It was the same one. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a different one. Oh, hello, dude. If necessary, more flesh and bone will be formed. Oh, this is my respawn pod. This is where I respawn if I were to die. Oh man, that dude, he just ate a big bowl of chili. You can tell on his face. He is working through something right there. That's just you can tell he's sweating it. He's really sweating it. But me, I'm trying to figure out what to do. All right, so we've got this big wall of skin. Oh, I see. We put one eye there. There we go. Ew. Ew. Well, what now? Oh, don't look at me. Hey, I just gave you your eyes. And the tapestry moves aside. Yay, we can leave. You doing all right? Still working on that chili? Ooh, whoa, yeah, that's some spicy chili. All right. Welcome. Walk upstairs. This is the realm of death, and no other. This is where gods are dead and the old ones suffer. Oh my. Alt Grendel gifted 5 Oxhorn memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Alt Grendel. Okay, let's go. Whoa! Oh, what are you? Fancy jazz on your head. What is that fancy jazz on your head?
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and snare of cold command. Tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.
Wow. That dude was a walking ampersand. Ozymandias. It seems like Ozymandias is referred to in a lot of Lovecraftian stuff, but it was also referred to in Fallout 3. There's an entire quest labeled Ozymandias in the Point Lookout DLC. Okay, well, looks like we got a crucified dude here. Oh. Ew. Oh. It's like a cannon. And it's missing some pieces. All right, so it's missing a brain. We need to put a brain in there. And it's a poem by Yeats, says Shaz Prime. Yes, it is a poem by Yeats. I don't remember how it goes, but I remember reading it when I did my lore video on the Ozymandias ship in Point Lookout. And then is this like some sort of tail? We see the silhouette of like a rib cage and a tail. All right, so I'm guessing we have to gather some pieces and put them together on the cannon before we can solve it. Oh! Are you nice? I'm hoping you're nice. Well, there's the brain. Okay, that's got a symbol on it. I don't know what the symbol means, but we'll take it. These dudes are having a powwow. Looks like I can put something on the fire. Probably not a brain, though. Ooh, where you going? Ooh, did he kill his friend? Where you going, dude? Well, let's see if this brain is the one we need. Let's climb over here and put it on top. Here's a brain. Beyond grasp. Okay, so missing remnants meant to be trampled. Okay, so this is going to act as a staircase that I use to climb up and place the brain. So I need to find that first. Thankfully, we do have another glowing thing over here, it looks like. What is that? That is a tongue? The tongue is full of carvings rendered in an ancient script that reveal the following. The perpetual fade of consciousness. All that exists is condemned to suffer in endless torment. For in this realm, life and death are but hollow echoes, stripped of meaning. In this vast garden of bone, each remnant stepped upon belongs to a being that fully matured in a state of eternal unlife. Although completely spent, they cannot die, they cannot rest, nor can they see, speak, move, think, or feel, still forced to exist, yet entirely unable to be. As the body rots and physicality fades, the last fragments of consciousness eventually drift away, forming an oppressive strain of emotion, the spiteful shape of fear, pain, and anger, compounded by the misery of all beings forced to dwell on this plane. To witness this torment, one need only look up. Right, look up. Look up. Feeble cadavers try to recall the warmth of fire. Alright, well, we need to find like a ribcage of some sort. Oh. Wisdom requires payment. Oh, looks like I can put something there on this shrine to gather wisdom of some sort. Hey, there's a big spinal thing, but death and decay reign. Beyond all is unmade. I can't seem to loot it. All right, let's continue exploring counterclockwise. We need to find the things that are highlighted. Like that. Those are the things we can interact with. Oh, looks like we can put something there as well. Crownless royal succumbing to rut. All right, so we need to find a crown for that dude. Ah, I think that's it. That's a really big spine over there. Ooh, what have we here? Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Give me all your eyes. I'll just take all your eyes. Yeah, this is one eye at a time. Very nice. Thank you. What's this? Can I take anything from that? No. I think I'm gonna go now. Oh. Oh, it's dark. It's dark. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck now. Alright, Alright, do I put the eyes back? Do I put the eyes back? I'm sorry for taking your eyes. I'm sorry for taking your eyes.
Behold, the burden of choice falls upon thee. As the hour draws near, thou shalt stand at the crossroads of death and rebirth. For chaos hath already laid waste to realms untold.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guy. Ah. Well, we found the spine stairs. There it is. All right, I'm gonna take that. I got myself some spine stairs. Let's go do the. Ooh, and what's that? Hello. What the blazes? Ew! 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 Oh! I can't take it. I gotta put it back. It just started screeching at me. Oh, that was great. All right, well, I guess I couldn't take that. I needed to find a crown too. For a minute, I thought that was going to be the crown because it's kind of got the spider legs, but no, apparently not. Oh, we got symbols here. Hello. Oh, that's where the brain goes. Oh, we got to match the brain to the receptacle. No. So, no. No. I guess it's got to be that. Try that. Yep, process of elimination, I guess. But now we're missing a brain for the other thing. Whoa, what is this? What is this? What is that? Oh my god. All right, I put it back. I can't take that with me. I guess, is it because I'm carrying something too big? Maybe I need to go put the spine stairs down. This burden is overwhelming. Yeah, I can't sprint with this in my inventory. What is this fancy jazz over here? Ooh, whoa. Creepy. Another brain. Ah, there's that one. But I can take that. Oh, I took his brain. Oh! Without the brain, the light goes out. And they devour him and bring him back to the mouth of... Oh, and I get a coin. Yeah. Alright, so we've got an angel on the coin. Some sort of scene. Okay. Well, right, we got a couple of things here. Let's get rid of the stairs first. There's the stairs. Okay, now I could go put this here. However, I know that the brain is for something else. Because we saw this other brain thing over here on the spider thing. So let's get the right brain out. There we go. Because I believe that symbol matches that. Wait, it doesn't. It doesn't match that. It doesn't match that either. Oh. I mean, it's very close, but it doesn't match that. Then how do we know which one? Maybe there's going to be a symbol on the other place to put the brain. Let's go over here to this cannon-looking thing and see if there's a symbol on this brain. Oh, there I am. Oh. So is that me? I guess that's me. All right, well, I knocked over the crucified guy. Oh, and I get to keep the brain. Let's see if there's anything else I can shoot. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like it was just that crucified dude. Aha! I knocked his brain out. Ah, okay. Got another brain. Where are you going now? Okay, let's figure this out. We've got 2 more brain slots here. That one goes there. That one. Oh, it's upside down. See it? I think it's upside down. Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, right. That's like a giant tick. That was really gross. All right. Well, there's one more token that I need, and I don't know where it is. Am I going to find it here, or am I going to come back here? Because there was that one altar that had the token. Aha! There's the crown! Found the crown. And that's how I'm going to get the other token. Okay, let's go place the crown on the dude's head. And he was over here, I think. Way back here. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay. A display of bygone authority, pitiful as one's decay is inevitable. There's the other token. Great. Got the other token. This one is a skull. Ooh, and a ribcage thing. Whoa. That's trippy. Okay, let's put the other token.
I stand as a monument to this forsaken world, once a servant to a divine god. Eons have passed since the cosmos met its demise. Beware, for this realm has morphed into a somber vault, and now you are woven into its enigmatic tapestry.
Oh, well, that's the last thing I want. I don't want to be woven into the tapestry of this place. Colonel 87th says, Oxhole, buddy, old pal. Good to see ya. Good to see you too, Colonel 87th. So did I get a gift or anything? No, it was just the wisdom, huh? It was the prophecy. All right. Well, we did good. Was there anything we didn't do? I mean, we got the tongue thing, but we had to put it back. That was just another prophecy. Yeah, I think we did everything. There's the giant tick monster and the bone cannon. Right. Ooh. Oh, I see. This dude came over here to pray. Creepy, creepy. All right, moving on.
Our ancient eyes behold the rare sight. A lone wanderer venturing into our desolate domain after eons untold. Bound by the unyielding grip of Necrophosis, we, the Elder Gods, are surprised by your presence. Few like you have dared to tread this path. Yet, here you stand, a glimmer of hope in our eternal suffering. Should you choose to aid us in our plight, freeing Hnum from his eternal servitude, we shall grant you passage to your destination.
Okay. I need to free Kunum, but what is my final destination? Oh, this dude has been staked to the ground. That must be Kunum. Yeah, all right. I gotta pull out those stakes. All of these guys are like trying to pass something rock solid. They have all eaten way too much cheese. Oh my god, the poor dudes. They're all like, ooh, ooh, hot, 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 hot. All right, well, let's go unstake this guy. Oh, yuck. Got to pull it all the way out. There we go. I got you, Kunum. Just don't take your sword and hurt me or anything. It looks like the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. There you go, buddy. Get your Buster Sword and, I don't know, break a skull or something. He's a mixture between Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. He's kind of like a pyramid head from Silent Hill. Feeling better? Oh. Oh, no. Do I got to get bones? Oh, I got to give him a body. The wrecked remains of a friend, maybe? Ooh. Oh, he's just an agony. All right, here we go. Hey, is this the right friend? I mean, there are lots of friends. Is this the one you want? That's one. One friend. Let's go find him some more friends. Ah, they're over here. Over here passing cheese. There you go, you cheese passer. Let me take you back to your buddy. Well, he's running out of hands. How is he going to wield that sword when he's carrying so many cheese passers? And the final one. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh. Okay, Pyramid Head. Take your friend. Ew, and he's dripping blood out of the holes in his hands. Oh! Whoa! Well, this all logically follows. Oh, do I gotta go get that? No, don't make me go get that. Alright. Oh, what is that? It's like a cyst. A cyst of skulls and faces. No, it's like an egg. Ooh, look at that face. Each visage endures a unique form of torment, distinct in nature and intensity. Oh, well, that's delightful. Unbound yet far too damaged, a husk of his former self, wasting away before the very gods who ruined him. Oh, this dude is making his way. Hey, yeah. I see you found your way back. He's just going to follow my progress here. He's excited. Something new is happening. Yeah. I want that sword. Give me that Buster sword. No, I can't get it. Right, well, don't mind me. I'm just going to walk on by. Huh. Oh. Oh, hello. Yes? A thin piece of flesh affixed to the spine has the following etched upon it: mistreated loyalty. Though all beings rot, the extent of their depravity varies. Divine allegiances and bonds become meaningless once gods come to terms with the sentence they must bear. When the power fades to a whisper, where a howl of fury once roared, most lash out with further violence upon each other and those below them. A stark reminder that even at the end of it all, some beings will always remain beneath the gods and must endure their whims. As consciousness deteriorates, it shapes the future black, for the volatility of certain cognitions is a defilement of creation. Well, he waited a long time to tell me that. Thanks. Thank you. What are in this guy's clasped hands, I want to know? Nothing. Nothing in the clasped hands. I guess that's it for that side. Let's go over here. See if there's anything that the elder gods are holding. Over here, doesn't look like it. Just lots of bodies in boxes. Bodies in boxes. Okay, moving on. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. This being is enduring intense suffering, yet its gaze is filled with compassion. Though cursed, its empathy remains untouched.
In the cosmic void, I awaken from my sleep. A ghostly form, a galaxy's sweep. As you pass by, I stir and rise, a spectral being with starlit sight. I beckon you forth with a shimmering light, guiding you through the endless fright. Towards the gate of death we make our way, but even death's gate has crumbled to decay. I speak of a world once death's domain, now a museum where time's relics remain. Old gods and monuments from ages past, collected here in the cosmic vast. This realm where death reigns, now a museum of time's refrain. And with strange eons, even death may die, as the universe's echoes fade and sigh.
Right. Oh, what? Oh. Dude. That guy's yawning. He's taking a big breath. Inhale, exhale. Nope, that's just one big inhale. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to run around a bit. The narrator who spoke those lines, he pronounced deaths a strange way. I mean, yes, it was a possessive. It was death apostrophe S, but he pronounced it deathis. But he didn't do the same for times. When time was a possessive, he just pronounced it as times, right? But he didn't do that with deaths. Okay, let's see if I missed anything lying around here. I'm not sure if this is the kind of game that's going to reward you for exploring. Probably not, as they've got this invisible barrier. And if you get too close, it says the abyss ahead rends flesh and consumes the mind. But this golden dude with the wings, he was interesting, and yet we briefly saw him. You'd think he would be a little bit more important. So let's go back to the golden dude who stared at us with infinite compassion. Can we talk to the golden dude? He's got a wound in his abdomen. His hands are bleeding, his mouth sewn shut. He's an angelic warrior. His spear lies beside him, and yet we cannot interact with him. Well, thank you for your compassion. I give a compassionate stare back at you. But looks like we need to go through this poppy field to continue. What's up there? Can we climb the steps? No, we cannot. All right. Well, looks like we just had to follow that ghostly shroud. And he leads us to the next point of interest, which is between these colossal feet. It's like the Pillars of Hercules, but Hercules is nothing more than a pair of feet. Well, what do we got buried in the sand over here? Okay. Let's figure it out. Where to go? Where to go? I thought I saw a passageway over here. That's where we came from. I think this is actually a dead end. But we gotta find something to insert into that device. Yeah, that's a dead end. Okay, so no anything there. Let's go to the other side. Hopefully I'm not running right over it. Maybe it's sitting in the sands and it's glowing a little bit. And I'm just missing it because I'm blind. What do we got over here? No. Oh, invisible wall again. Well, not exactly invisible. Well, it's going to be close by. So far, all of the keys have been really close by. So let's explore over here. Oh. More invisible walls. Ah. Oh, here we go. Hello. Oh, it's another tongue monster. Written in an archaic language, the inscription on the tongue unfolds the following. At death's door. The gate of bone looms tall, adorned with true finalities, the deserving form of lesser gods. Its existence, a vast significance of primordial nature, granted upon this world by the desire of Titans. Beyond it, the first steps into a desolation of marrowless bones, drenched in the essence of all that is wrong. The gates may open, but the final cycle has yet to pass. One that will trigger the divine execution. Well, there's the gate. And there's the path going beyond the gate. Alright, so we got to somehow open it. And I'm thinking that device over there is what we're going to use to open it. This is a giant token. Ew! Alright, I'm rolling it around and nothing is... The key is ruined. Something else must be used. So it's a key of some sort, but it's a ruined key. Interesting. Is that one little plant? We've got one little green plant growing in this hell. Okay, so we found this doodah. We found that doodad. And then we keep coming upon this wall. So we're going to have to find the right doodad. That's the thing with these walking simulator games. It's just about finding the right doodad. The world is awash with doodads. You just got to find the right one. Okay, well, we got a couple of doodads over here. That's part of the same doodad buried in the sand. Can't interact with it. Those are hands. So we're going to... Oh, it was attached. Oh, okay. Oh. What? It's a machine I ride. Oh, what the heck? It's a flesh titan. And there I am controlling it. I guess I gotta bash down the door since the key is... Open the gates of the Necropolis. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Let's go bash down those gates. I am a flesh titan. And I'm here to say, open this gate of bone. Aha. Yes. Success. Woo-hoo-hoo. I ragdolled to the ground. I'm back. Kinda. Oh, is that the same dude? Yeah. He came to show his respects too. Yeah, he's just following me everywhere I go. Okay, well, there was that. We read that already. I'm really curious about this black orb. It just... What does it mean? I can't do anything with it. I can't loot it. I can roll it around, but nothing happens. The door lies open. This broken key truly had no use. Alright, it's just there to just not do anything. Alright, he's pointing. What are you pointing at? You're pointing at me now? Alright, he's pointing at me. In we go. Necropolis. Beyond the gate. Oh, hey. Well, Mr. Reaper.
Of all the beings and deities that have passed through these gates, I never expected consciousness itself to appear. This path was once a flowing river of souls. Now, reduced to mere steps, remnants of what once was. I am curious to see where this journey will lead you. But know this, the path has been sealed, and only payment with souls can grant you passage. Feed my lantern with the souls of the Forsaken, and I shall open the way that leads into the darkness. For no other path remains to be tread.
Okay, gotta find his lantern. Dumogenesis says, you're making so many new friends. Yeah, that's the kind of unique thing about this. Like, everyone I've met has been kind of nice. They've been like, oh, hey, dude, glad to see you here. It's been so long since we've had good company. And I'm like, yeah, good to be here, I guess. I shall pass through. But now I gotta get souls, so I gotta use the Grim Reaper's lantern to collect souls? That doesn't sound very nice. Uh-oh! The Necronomicon! The tablet is inscribed with esoteric details of self-annihilation, transfiguration through degradation. When skin meets stone, a pact may be formed. Skin rips open, soil tastes flesh, and blood nurtures the depths below. If the earth accepts the red taste, the pact is sealed. The red taste? This tastes red. Organs rupture, their fluids meant to nourish the things that begin to crawl within. When full, the impertinent ones splinter bone, carrying the marrow to the deepest parts, feeding the most despicable of forms. As the process unfolds, the buried self fades, while the exposed self, mutilated and abandoned, clings to the memory of God, a distant shape who has long since withered, unable to aid its subjects. So this is a universe where God himself has withered and can no longer help mankind. Interesting. All right, what else? Whoa, okay. All right, that's... Ew. Oh, and they're pulsing. And he's awake. Look at that, man. His eyes. Its innards are filled with vile proliferation. Ew. That's the grossest thing I've seen so far. Ugh. This tablet contains a passage describing the outline of a morbid rite and its revolting procedures. Horrid infestation. The figure bound to the rock harbors an infection most vile, with maggots throbbing deep, feasting both upon the host and upon themselves. The parasites churn and writhe, feeding relentlessly, forming a repugnant corruption. Although raw, there is some order to their ravaging. The maggots take turns in their destruction, revealing a pattern. This rhythm offers a glimpse into the structure of the infestation. A pattern? So I gotta follow a pattern? Oh, man. Oh, hey.
Come closer, wanderer.
I don't know if I want to, man.
I have been bound to the stone tablet since time has lost its meaning. Eons have passed since the river of souls dried up. And I am trapped here for eternity, suffering the relentless curse of Necrophosis. My thirst is unending, a torment that gnaws at my very essence. Find me something, anything, that could extinguish this eternal thirst, even if it exists only in thought. In return, I shall offer you what remains of me, a relic of my forsaken existence.
Okay, so it's pronounced Necrophosis, not Necrophosis, as I once thought. We need to give him something to quench his thirst, something that's probably going to come from brain. And then he'll give us his heart. All right. Okay, well. Endless craving, vain hope. All right, we got to find something to quench that dude's thirst. Let's keep looking. Ooh. This game really likes bodies. Oh, did you move your hands? Yeah. Don't like that, no. What happens if I get too close? Don't grab me, dude. Will you grab me if I get too close? Everyone has been so nice. So no, he's not going to grab me. Levi Carter says, "Hey Ox, it's been a while since I've joined a live stream. I'm glad I could catch one. We've just had our first child. A girl named Magnolia, only 5 weeks old. That's a lovely name. I'm loving parenthood. Keep up the good work, Ox. Congratulations, my friend. Parenthood is indeed a joy." Okay. Well, I'm straying into the woods here, and there's a lot to see. This is a long path. This dude is dragging a sheet beneath which are the shapes of human creatures. Oh, what do you want? Hey, man. Oh, you got something for me? No, you want something from me. You want a ball? You want me to find you a ball? Okay, I'll find you a ball. Are you whining? You really want it, huh? It wants to devour. Devour it shall. Alright, I gotta find you a ball of some sort. Maybe an eye? Yeah, I know you're hungry. Don't worry, I'll find it for you. Just give me time here. This guy's butt is in my face. Let's see if there's anything interesting on the other side. No. He's devouring the rock. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm working on it. Just to be patient, okay? Be patient. I'm gonna find it for you. There's just a lot to do over here. There's a lot to see. You gotta find the ball. And gotta quench the thirst. Yeah. You're looking at me as if this is my fault. This isn't my fault. You're in your own situation here. And I'm just trying to help. Well, there's a lot on the other side of the road, but I'm going to take it one side at a time so that I don't miss anything. Oh, another hands, dude. Ooh. Okay, we got. Oh, hey! Don't slip! Don't slip! Don't fall!
Traveler, can you perceive my endless torment? I am Tithonus, cursed with eternal life, but not eternal youth. Now I am condemned to wither, decaying eternally in this forsaken realm. 4 lives I have endured, and 4 masks I bear, each one a fragment of my shattered existence.
Fragment.
Yet one is lost, and without it I remain incomplete, a ghost wandering through eons of despair. Aid me, I implore you. Find my missing face, and in return, I shall grant you a coin of ancient worth, a relic from a time long forgotten. Help me restore my final mask, and perhaps I can grasp a fleeting moment of peace in this cursed eternity.
Well, dude said fragrant when the subtitles said fragment. He's lived 4 lives, but he's been cursed with not eternal life or eternal youth. But strangely enough, only his torso has survived, which means his pelvis and legs withered away. And that's what happens when you get older. You know, you can't skip leg day, is what it is. You gotta work on your stability and your mobility. Keep those legs strong. The legs are the platform for your being. You gotta keep them strong. Okay, so we gotta find a mask for that dude over there. We've gotta find a lot of stuff now. Whoop. Hello.
Our purpose awakens once more at the presence of consciousness itself. If you seek passage into the darkness, know this: the path is not freely given. You must feed the entrance, the essence of souls, for only through this offering can the gateway be opened. Beware, for even consciousness cannot grasp the horrors that dwell within the darkness. Beyond these steps lies a realm of unimaginable terror and despair.
Oh. Right. Well, then I might stay here then, I think. Well, there's his lantern. Malnourished soul eater. Alright, so I gotta give that dude souls too. I gotta find souls and feed them there. Alright. There's a lot that I'm being asked for from these dudes. I'm starting to lose track of all of the different things I need. I gotta find a mask. I gotta find an orb. I gotta find a drink from a mind. Oh, what was that? Okay, there's the... the hands. I'm gonna get the mask. Alright, we found that dude's mask. Hey, buddy. Crude being concealed beyond the abyss. Oh, these are like a little abyss things. Alright, well, so, there's another glowing thing over here beyond the gate. I'm gonna get the glowing thing. Over here. What's this? There's a rock. What is that? Ew. Oh, what is that? Oh. That's trippy. Okay. I put it back, though. I can't take it with me. Right, one thing at a time. I've got the mask. Let me go. I know who this goes to, so I'm going to go give the mask to the dude over here. Hey, dude, I found your face. There you go. Oh, he dropped a coin. Oh. Thank you. Oh, it's Minas Tirith. No, it's not. It's something in Latin. Oh my god, it's been so long. There's no way. T. Net. Datiris. Niv. Ridley. There's no way. No, I can't. Oh, I got the coin. That's good. Thank you for the coin. And I fixed your face. Don't skip leg day. Well, need to find a place to put the coin. I haven't found that yet. Oh, here's another altar. What's that? Oh, it's another tongue thing. The tongue bears an inscription in Olden script. Olden script. Nice. That unfolds the following. Terrors below. Beneath the gateway lies a tomb with winding passageways spiraling into architectural enigmas where the walls bend and twist as the curse corrupts its chambers. It is a place inhabited by creatures of spite, their complexity varying, as does their intent and the shape of their will. The passage remains in slumber, dreading its awakening, for even in this rotting realm, certain things must remain out of sight. I'm going to pretend I understood that. Right, time to examine the western wall over here. And see if there's anything of interest here. Another creepy dude from the depths. Vulgar creature. That's all he is, just a vulgar creature. Well, I remember seeing an altar over here somewhere. But let's see if there's anything else hidden behind these tombstones. Sometimes games will like to hide things, but so far this game has left everything pretty much out in the open. So I don't think I'm going to have to search that hard. Okay, we got a star portal here. It's like a Star Trek episode. Remembrance of an era when the stars still burned across the cosmic plains. Guardians of Forever. Okay. Ooh. Whoa. What is this fancy doodad?
In the hollow of this giant's hand, my tears endlessly fall, fleeing collapsing realms, escaping death's final call. I was a deity of dreams, with spider legs so fine, weaving fantasies and visions, a tapestry divine, entities from shadows and light, drawn to my delicate art. But dreams turned to nightmares, tearing my soul apart. Trapped within my own creations, in this realm I now reside. Eternal suffering my companion, with nowhere left to hide.
Ah, but from... There we go. That's the dream. Okay, and we know who to give that to quench that dude's thirst. Where was it? Where's the dude? What do you want? Somebody said they wanted their thirst quenched, and I'm trying to remember. Who was it? There's a lot of guys over here. No, it wasn't you. That wasn't you. Was it you? No, it wasn't you. Wisdom requires payment. Oh, we put the coin there. It's a bit too late for me to pay for my entrance.
It's a bit too late for me to pay for my entrance. I was a ferryman of souls, dragging them into the darkness for eons. Yet, the curse of Necrophosis has petrified my bones into an endless mutation, rendering me immobile. All I can offer you now is my wisdom. This realm has become a prison for some, a vault for others. Ancient ones and forgotten entities alike were brought here to be preserved and to serve as trophies in this morbid collection. Beware, for their anguish and power still linger, trapped within this forsaken place.
All right, well, thank you for the wisdom. I was looking for the heart. The guy with the heart sticking out of his chest. He was over here somewhere, and I think it was this dude, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, it was one of these dudes. Was it? Yeah. Here we go. All right, I got your, I'm going to quench your thirst with this memory. Hopefully it's not a nightmare. Right, there's a heart. With the, is it a face? A heart that looks like a face, kind of? Still beating. All right, what do I do with the heart? Do I give it to that other thing to eat? Maybe. He's a hungry guy. Maybe he wanted to eat a heart. Is it a heart you want? Maybe? All right, here you go. Oh! What you doing? Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that was good. We got a thing. That's the thing. Well, okay. So we're working our way through all of these puzzles. But we still haven't finished exploring over here. We got the tear from that dude. We've now got, well, I think it's a soul. Maybe it's a soul. Is there anything over here? Ah. Hello. If necessary, more flesh and bone will be formed. Is that a respawn point? Yeah, I think that's a respawn point. Oh, hello. We got something glowing over here. Oh, another tome. This tablet recounts the greatest calamity. Thrown beyond. This land was carved by no maker. It was the darkest stain fading the celestial fabric, an endless desert where the concepts of life and death held no meaning, with silence itself as its only subject and ruler. For eons the land remained untouched, but such quiet was never meant to endure. In an instant, the timeless silence was shattered and defiled, replaced by the piercing screams of legions, nations, and gods. A total subjugation to decay, manifested by the shape of chaos. One Metal Fist on Twitch says, "Hey Oxhorn, I just finished Atomfall and it feels like a game made for your kind of content. Tons of lore, environmental storytelling, strange factions, and hidden narratives. Are you planning to cover it?" Atom Fall. I think I installed Atom Fall a long time ago. Back when it was still like an alpha or something. Early access. And I remember it being, you know, moderately interesting. But of course it's changed a lot since then. If we're thinking about the same game. I don't know if we are. I don't have any plans to cover it at the moment, but who knows what'll happen in the future. Okay. There's a banner here, but can't seem to interact with any of this. Oh, here we go. Come on. What is this? I still have my soul. What is this? Ew. For Pete's sake, what is this? I can take it. Oh, man. Alright. Well, I did a thing. I guess it was a good thing. Where do I put this thing, man? This burden is overwhelming. Yeah, I know what you mean in many ways. Okay, do I sacrifice this? Is this a soul that I sacrifice? Or do I put it on this pedestal over here? Do we put it there? No. Okay. I don't remember. Do I give it to that dude to eat? I think I gotta put it on like an altar over there. Because I don't remember where to put this. I quenched that guy's thirst. This is bizarre. I don't know if I want to give it to death. Let's see if there's anything else where we can give this thing to. Can I climb up here? Well, there's a big portal here. What do we do with the portal? Do we do anything with this portal? The void unravels. Its shadows mourning. Okay, don't do anything with the portal. Okay. Well, I guess we give it to death. Is this what you want, man? Or wait, is this what you want? Stuck in dreamless unrest. Malnourished soul eater. Alright, well, I don't know where to put this. Body. Soul. Okay, well, let's keep exploring. I'll figure out where to put it. I'm carrying a body. I'm carrying a soul. Those are the two items that I'm carrying. I've already solved a lot of little side quests. Do I throw it in there? No. What happens if we give the soul to that guy? No. More flesh will be formed. Alright. Well, strangely enough, we still have our soul, which means I wonder if we can do this again. So we put it into the elbow, and out popped the thing. Are there other sockets we can put this into? God, that was gross. Any other sockets in this statue that we can pop a soul into? No. No. Okay. Well, let's go back around this side and see if there's anything I missed. Oh, yeah. It's a game of whack-a-mole. Of course it is. This is just awful. Ugh. Ah, more? More? Come on. Like a bird maggot thing. What? Okay. Oh, that one. I can't get that one. Did I get that one? Oh, they just pop out. All right, so I only need one. Jeez, man, what the heck? What do I do with this? Do I give it to this guy to eat? Like, he ate a heart. Does he now need to eat the bird thing? He's asking for more. All right. Oh. Another one. Okay. I now have two. Do I give this guy to him? Oh, I do, don't I? Oh, yuck. Oh, okay. I think I understand now. So I get the souls from him. And yeah. Alright, so I think I've got 3. That should be enough, right? Feeling a little nauseous right now. This is just a little nauseous. Let's go give him the souls. I don't think there's anything else to do. Alright, here's the soul. Yeah, 1. 2. 3. Is that enough? Yeah. That's enough, and he's just looking at me now. Oh, that's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. Can I take your okay. Do we go in? Yeah, we went in. Oh. Right, okay. Oh, alright, well, we've moved on to the next one. Wish I had a flashlight. Okay. Oh, was that bad? Did I die? Oh, I think that was bad. I think I should not have done that. Oh, I need to avoid them. All right. Run away. Run away. Let's, nope, don't touch me. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. Let's try this first. Cube. He needs a cube. Insight on demise. He needs a skull or a mask. He needs another mask. Okay, so 2 masks and a cube. Can't go in there. Can't go in there.
Come closer. You bear no crown, yet the crown of consciousness is imbued within your essence. Oh, to pass beyond a wretched union, you must awaken that which lies dormant in your mind. But to achieve this, you must seek out the 3 crowns that once adorned our heads, each crown a fragment of our lost glory, is hidden within the shadows of our crumbled kingdoms. Only by reuniting these symbols of power can you sever the chains that bind us. Venture into the depths of decay, brave soul, and reclaim the grounds that will restore our shattered legacy. Only then can you truly pass beyond our tormented existence.
Okay, so get these guys some crowns. Can I take their masks? Yep. Okay, well, I've got their masks now. Let's see if those are the masks we needed. Oh, okay. Right, well, okay, down we go. Gotta get a crown, gotta get a crown. Oh. A slender strip of flesh bound to the spine reveals this engraving. Grime-ridden divines, pestilent supremacy, a scar upon the cosmos, spitting dark gunk as they bellow mockery at exhumed armies of lesser gods. These beings persist in the shadow of their former power, unable to frighten even the maggots that feed on their suppurating scabs. Visions of grandeur and delirium plague their minds as they too plague the murky depths with their malignancy. With each passing moment, their corruption erodes, crumbling into dust and leaving only the spiteful echoes of what they once were. Okay. That's a crown. This entity spews forth sounds at agonizing frequencies. The repulsive tones contain a barely comprehensible meaning. Awoke restless, ever dark. Unknown place, cursed. Past grafted, willing to forfeit. Deep, I long for waking. Well, we saw a crown in its mouth, and now we've got desire for what it is lacking. And then what is this?
Foolish consciousness. You drift here, yet your essence holds no sway over us, the old ones. We are woven from the dreams and nightmares of a far greater being, a blind force that thrashes in the void. Your suffering is merely the prelude, a fragment of torment. Yet your agony will echo through the cosmos itself.
Ah! There's the cube. The cube vibrates faintly as it completes each cycle. Okay, so he's got the crown. We need an orb to get that crown. And that's it for the depths here. We now have the cube. We can give it to the hooded figure over here. And he gives us a tablet. Oh, great. This tablet details the corruption one endures in this domain. Ceaseless ruin. I cannot recall how long I have suffered this existential depravity. At first, my psyche was the target of great devastation. The curse slowly burned all my memories before rotting my dreams into grotesque visions. The decay of my body soon followed as the relentless sand wore away at my skin, scraping and tearing until my flesh was flayed open. When, with my innards exposed, every movement became unbearable. With each motion, muscle fibers tore, while it felt as though shards of glass were grinding within my joints, each affliction compounding the searing agony. The being that brought us here sought not to kill us, but to unmake us, then grind our very essence. That's it? Okay. Well, what's going on here? Ew. There's one crown. Did I die? I died. But I still have the crown. Okay. So it worked? Okay, we've got one crown. Well, was there anything else down there that I missed? I don't know. Let's go this way and use this mask over here. Because we haven't been this way yet. And what do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We get a tongue! Bearing marks of a bygone script, the tongue discloses the following text. Sidereal fiend. What one perceives as stars are merely carcasses of astral memory, the victims of an absolute creature. The great cosmic devourer, a being bound to existence yet beyond all creation. The perfect form, an endless dance of crystal fangs burrowing into all. As it phased along the fabric of the universe, it devoured suns whole, exhaling their celestial screeches for infinity to hear and the end to bear. The beast never made it into this realm, for it was no more. Its purpose was fulfilled when it ate its fill. Oh. Okay. Oh. No. All right. Aha! Two more crowns. Wow, there's one.
I have strained across the endless reaches, searching, unraveling, yet still its nature eludes me. Of all I have encountered within the universe, this remains unknown. An anomaly I carried here when I too was drawn into this void. It is but a fragment now, a shard of what once devoured the stars and consumed the light itself. You will need this relic, though its purpose has faded to mere memory. Take it, a remnant of the cosmic devourer, a force older than decay itself.
Okay. Well, we got the second crown, but now we need an orb to get the final one, and that's a black hole. Alright. The only thing I'm thinking is that second chamber that we went into where we died after taking the crown might hold an orb somewhere that we somehow missed. So... let's go ahead and place this crown. Right, one more to go. And I have nothing in my inventory. So let's go back down that second chamber. See if there was something I missed. Unless this guy kills me again. Ah. The tablet hails from the mutilated dark. In coarse markings, the following is carved into it. Vast primordial. As emptiness faded and darkness lost its purity, an anomaly awoke. While seeking the end at the borders of dancing shadows, the void encountered something that perplexed its form. An amalgamated being, vibrant beyond the torment that damaged it, shaped by 1,000 bones, bound in infinite flesh. Its thoughts carried out by radiant voices, each represented by a unique shade in the endless spectrum of emotions. The abyss beheld creation itself. Okay, well now this dude is holding out a body to me. Strongly infatuated by a rotting carcass. A husk of bone that formerly belonged? That's my old body. The void now understands what conscious thoughts cannot comprehend. So I sacrificed my body, and then that save point back there remade my body. The void now understands. Oh, so I need to go back to the void. Okay. I need to go back to the void, and I'll get the orb, which I can use to get the final crown. Nope, this isn't the void, I guess. The void now understands what is the void. That wasn't it. Well, there was only one other path. And it was down here. So desires what's lacking. So I need... Ah. Aha! The aggressive sound pierces within, rippling sense into thought. The past I give away. There we got it. The present I endure. Make it stop. Alright, well, somehow we did it. Yeah, we did it. Alright, let's go put this final crown onto the final head. Oh. Okay. Crawl through. Crawl out through the fallout. Right.
You carry me for a while. I long to see the world beyond this wall. Please, find a way to free me from this wretched place. I will do all I can to guide you through this forgotten nightmare. Just don't leave me here to rot in this eternal stillness.
Okay. Trapped by coarse bones. So I need to find something to get rid of that. Don't leave him there. All right. Okay. So let's see if we can find something to prise those off. Oh. Oh. Right. You want something too, don't you? What do you want? Hate-bound starvation. Hate-bound starvation. Okay. Alright. I feel like I'm playing Mario. As soon as I step forward, it's gonna thwomp me. Don't thwomp me, dude. I don't want to be thwomped. Alright, let's see what happens. Nope. I can't go under it. It can't thwomp me. Well, hello. That was bad, I guess. I talked to the wrong thing to talk to. Some of these things are good things, others are not. Okay, never mind. That was good. I did it. Alright, I got a finger bone. Oh, that's what I can use to... Oh, okay. I got that. And then... So I put it there. Oh. Oh, I used it to cut the brain out of my body. That's my body. Alright. So this is going to allow me to get by. Because I'm just a skittering little bug. I'm a skittering brain bug. Well, let's see. I guess I crawl upon something. Ooh, what's this? Here we go. Crawl upon. Ooh, there we go. Ravage. I feel like I just don't understand the logic behind anything that's going on. It's just I'm an observer. I'm a passenger in this fever dream. Okay, we ravaged. Is my brain still stuck up there? I guess my brain is still stuck up there. I'm back in my body now. There's my old body. All right. Another scar upon this world. Well, now that I've got the knife, can I go release this dude? Yeah. All right, man, come with me. I shall give you a tour. Yeah, let's go. You're welcome. I lost my knife. Oh. Oh.
That's the one who severed my head. Let it go. Some torments are better left buried.
Let it go.
Do it. End my suffering. My essence will find a new purpose in this world.
All right, if you insist. Nom nom nom. All right, time for another brain spider. Well, what do I do with this dude? Do I climb over here? No. All right, I find another spot from my spider body to crawl upon. Move aside, old corpse. Spider body, I'm moving. Looks like we gotta push this one too. Crawl upon. And ravage. Okay. The pillar has been ravaged. Right. Now, can we get by without that dude killing us? I think so. Okay. Lore. Inscriptions on the tablet recount the twisted and obscene beasts of forgotten lore. Hungering forces. The legion of astral mongrels that fed upon the cosmos. These parasitic gods were once countless, devouring entire galaxies faster than a single star could be born. As their species evolved, destruction matured beyond itself a shape, something the great cosmic devourer deemed repulsive. Wounded and bound, here lies the final remnant, an infant god, the last of a corrupt lineage cursed with vile hunger and spiteful gluttony. Well, I guess I'm glad he's here. And that guy with the big hole in his face is perplexing. I'll just walk on by. Yay, we're going up. Up and out. Blessings of creation.
Rise, Wanderer. The time will come when you must face the final sacrifice. Your very self. But heed this warning, for that is when the true torment begins. your consciousness will fracture, scattering across the newborn universe, bound to every soul yet to be. Their suffering, their joys, their tragedies, you will experience them all. Pay heed, wanderer, for none can say what lies beyond should you refuse. To break the cycle may be your only salvation, or your final undoing. Only by upholding it can you keep death itself at bay.
So I'm gonna become a god? Okay. Well, one thing at a time. There's a little orb. Within the Titan's claw lies the knowledge of the world beyond, gnosis through pain. In the hands of creation, pain and pleasure are bound, for without one, the other cannot be justified. Existence without pain leads to the numbness of life itself. Without the weight of suffering, one becomes indifferent to the beauty life offers, unable to appreciate the depth of experience that only hardship can reveal. The creature beyond is one who can carve the boon of pain upon creation. Okay, do I go that way or do I got to make a choice? Looks like I've got like 3 different portals to choose from. Pain. The Titan's Claw preserves the lore of the world beyond. Gnosis through void. Void is the plane that embraces finality, and the emptiness it offers draws the line between life and death. When Necrophosis, or Necrophosis, touched this abyss, a dance of shadows began, culminating in agonizing flaying, and the misery felt throughout took on a cosmic form of pure devastation. This force of destruction will grant the benediction needed to nullify this curse and reward creation with its end. Okay, so void destroys everything. Okay. Well, if that was void and that was pain, what's this? The Titan's Claw holds the wisdom of the world beyond. Gnosis through devotion. Devotion is the guiding force of creation. It shapes one's life and brings meaning and purpose to existence. This is most felt throughout the world beyond, a cryptic domain where the choir of the forefathers refuses to fade, as strugglers continue their pilgrimage in undeath. The purest souls, who have yet to lose themselves to Necrophosis, find their way to this realm, where the weight of torment is shared among brethren through burning times. This realm will bestow creation with the spirit necessary to forge a resilient and passionate existence. Well, okay, I like that better. I like that better. Are there any others? Back here, maybe? Any other secret portals that I could choose from? Besides those 3? Oh, is it our buddy? No, it's that. The ancient script carved in rotten flesh reveals the following. The desire of Titans. Amid Necrophosis, in damage and despair, an ancient breed of organisms began their transmutation. Within the depths of their overwhelming physiology, a framework was formed. With designs strong and expansive enough to aid the cycle of creation and to nurture its relentless drive to shape life. Each cognition, a temple that mirrors the will of creation. Though still decaying and subject to the curse, The designs within remain beyond the reach of chaos.
The valley ahead is a path